Heaven sent.
Greetings, fellow ho-ho homies, and welcome back to our third edition of Shopping Malls and Gaming. So far in this trilogy, we've wandered the desolate concourses of Dead Rising's Willamette Mall, spin-kicked our way through Tekken 4's Aqua Garden, and found ourselves in nostalgic bliss at the North Shore Square Mall of Counter-Strike 1.6. Safe to say, there are a lot of great malls in gaming, so with the Christmas season upon us, I thought it would be the perfect time to nurse our wounds from Black Friday shopping and enjoy the sanctity of a shopping mall from the safety of our screens. So if you're a first-time viewer or a long-time fan of the series, I'd like to welcome you all to another retail-fueled expedition. So grab yourselves a couple of bourbon chicken samples and watch out for any crazed mall walkers as we explore the shopping malls of gaming, Part 3. Okay, now this should be really interesting because back in the day I had never played PlayStation Home, like ever. So upon doing research about malls and gaming, I found that you can still play PlayStation Home in 2025 through emulation, and that there was a mall. It was actually pretty popular back when the game was banging, so here we are at the PlayStation Home Mall, and so far it looks pretty incredible. I mean, yeah, this architecture is very reminiscent of the time. Ooh, and what do we have here? A little Ratchet and Clank advertisement. Cracking time, pretty cool. Looks like we got a Lucas Arts store. That's pretty nice. If I go in the store, what happens? Oh, it looks like it sends me to like a DLC kind of inventory. Stuff you can buy, I'm guessing. None of my stuff's showing up, as you guys can see. Yeah, so far this mall is pretty nice. It looks kind of small, though. I had pictured it to be a lot bigger. Looks like this is where you would get exclusives, apparently. Ooh, got some swim trunks. Looks like I can't buy it. Those are pretty nice shorts, though. I kind of like them. Is that a skirt? I think that's a skirt. Whoops. You guys like my character, by the way? Looks a lot like me, doesn't he? Yeah, not at all. Ooh, and look at this fountain here. Now this gets some bonus points. That is a gorgeous mall fountain. Ooh, and I like how they got the PlayStation Home logo on the floor. That's a nice touch. The good old Diesel store. Now, if I remember correctly, in Final Fantasy 15, they had a Diesel collaboration, didn't they? What is this guy? Like a geek squad of the mall? I don't know. Yeah, I really like that skylight up there. It's pretty sick. It's almost like an open air mall. And this is pretty cool right here. Look at this. Nice little Cinderella staircase. Yeah, from what I've read, I mean, this game was like really peaking in like the 2010s, you know, late 2000s. And this mall definitely has the architecture of that time. Like, it gives me that kind of vibe, like back when I was a teenager, fresh out of high school, going to the mall. Just that kind of feel, you know? But I do like it. It's nostalgic. Ooh, now look at this. I wish I could download that. That's like a Y2K dreamscape. Super cool looking. It's honestly really fun to imagine what this game was like back in its heyday, though. Like, imagine being inside of this mall and there's just thousands of people, you know, walking around, talking to each other, making friends. Probably a lot of actual friendships that spawned from this game. It's kind of crazy to think about, but I heard a lot of great things about PlayStation Home. I just never played it myself. Oh, now check this out. Chatting in PlayStation Home now at your fingertips. We all remember Mag. What a flop that was. And here's the costume store. Now that would have been really cool to play this back in the day, like during Halloween time. Now I'm honestly curious how much these were, because this is back in like the early days of DLC. This is before DLC really took over. They were probably pretty reasonable, like $2. Maybe $5 for the entire bundle, but nowadays, you know how it is. $20 out the door for anything. Yeah, I can imagine this store was definitely jumping around Halloween time. What do we have over here? Looks like a bank vault. Loot. This must be like extra valuable things you could buy. Oh, now this is my speed. If you guys want to know what Vincent was looking like back in high school, this is the kind of stuff I wore right here. Band tees from Hot Topic, just crazy mutilated skulls and insane color schemes. My character would have definitely been rocking all of this stuff. Yeah, a lot of good vibes here at this mall. Digging it. Not the biggest we've encountered so far, but definitely well designed. Very of the time, very relaxing. And yeah, very nostalgic. Even though this is my first time seeing it, it's very nostalgic to kind of be a part of. And you know, in many ways, it kind of reminds me of the Aqua Garden from Tekken 4, which is one of my favorite malls in gaming, period. But yeah, this kind of has the same feel and architecture to it. And it looks like we got the EA Sports Store. Now this is, yeah, I just can't really imagine too many PlayStation Home players were coming to the EA store. It doesn't really seem like their demographic. Oh, it looks like we can play chess here. That'd be fun. Oof, I've honestly completely forgotten how to play chess. It's been at least 15, maybe 20 years. Yeah, so I couldn't even beat myself at chess, but honestly, pretty successful exploration. Really enjoy this mall. I just really wish I could have gotten to experience it with a lot of other players in the same vicinity. It would have been really cool to just see the interaction, see people hanging out like we did back at the malls in the day. Yeah, I mean, this is such a cool idea for a video game, honestly. They need to bring back PlayStation Home, need to bring back games that are like this, more socialization. Yeah, let's get to the rating screen, see how it scored, and I got a feeling it did pretty well, so let's check it out. Ciao! Okay, so here we are at the Manhattan Mega Mall, and from what I looked at in the screenshots, this place is stacked full of some really cool goodies. Now, I don't know if you guys saw my arcade gaming video, but I covered the Metreon, which was in San Francisco back in the day. There was a store dedicated to PlayStation. It had all these little gaming kiosks with PlayStation set up on it, tons of PS2 games, really cool Y2K aesthetic. From what I saw in the screenshots, they made a reenactment of that here in this mall, so I am really stoked to check that out. So we're gonna ignore that for now. I want to make that kind of like the last stop. So let's head on over to the food court and see what we can find. But just at a glance of this mall so far, this is pretty sick. I really like this. Yeah, I don't know if you guys remember back when Bath and Body Works used to have like the wood grain on their sign. I thought that was always really classy. I kind of like that look more than the new like blue tile look they got going. But yeah, I may be a man's man, but I love me some Bath and Bod, I gotta say. And check this out. Who remembers Fruitopia? Man, honestly, I would kill to have a Fruitopia right now. I wish I could just get one out and drink it right now. Anyways, let's see what else we got here at the food court. So making our way over, we got hot dog on a stick, which is a mall classic, honestly. It looks like they ripped the old school menu from it and everything. That's pretty sweet. We got the old Taco Bell, and I bet they got the classic menu. They sure do. Yeah, I'll definitely take 2 chalupas, please. Crunchy soft taco, 1 Crunchwrap Supreme, and a Nachos Bel Grande. And I just gotta say, if you know, you know. This is the best menu item that Taco Bell has ever. The caramel apple empanada. Honestly, they brought it back for a little bit. I only got to eat it a couple times, but I'm just so sad they took it off the menu. It was the best thing ever. I honestly love like all these old 2000s style ads they got in this mall. This is really sick. Check out this old Kodak ad. That's pretty cool. It looks like this is a little area where maintenance just dumps things off, but we got a cool GameStop ad there. That's pretty sweet. Run-of-the-mill Lynn's Chinese Gourmet. You gotta have a Chinese spot in the mall. It's just, it looks like this is the entrance. Good old vending machine. Gotta have the Sbarro. That's also the religion of the mall. And we got the KFC. We do chicken right. And the Wetzel's Pretzels. Once again, another classic. Yeah, this place is really sick. Like this mall is already way better than the other one. I'm sorry, Gary. I had to say it. Ooh, and what do we have here? A Surge vending machine. Another goated soda. Man, they really need to bring back Surge and Fruitopia. It would just be a better world if they did, you know what I'm saying? Got the old school JCPenney logo, it looks like. Closed, as most JCPenney's usually are. Silas Video, Electronic, and Repairs. Let's see what we got in here. Honestly, I'm pretty sure we had this exact computer in my high school. That's kind of crazy to see. This is like a little computer store, it looks like. Got some cool gadgets and what have you. If you had a keyboard like this back in the day, you were just like balling, honestly. This is pretty sweet though. I like this little cozy computer store. Not too bad. For all you youngins out there, yes, we actually used to use computers with monitors like this. Ain't that crazy? Like these things were literally big enough to be a murder weapon. It's insane. I love an old Skechers ad. They always did them so well. Honestly, these shoes are really sick too. I wish I could get a pair. Alright guys, I know I said we was gonna save this for last, but I am walking by it. I think I have to go in, right? So like I said, if you guys saw my arcade video, I've been nerding out about the PlayStation Store pretty much ever since, putting clips of it in all my videos. Anyways, it closed like back in the early 2000s. It was a store dedicated to PlayStation, and so yeah, this is like a faithful recreation of it, and I'm foaming at the mouth right now. Let's check it out. Parasite Eve on the screen, that's already goated. and of course the best gaming console of all time, the PS2. Even these boxes are just so nostalgic. Like, remember seeing your first PS2 box as a kid? Really brings back memories, man. We've got the classic PS2 ads, which we love to talk about. That's always been one of my favorites, the Sleepless Nights one. Super cool. And I'm guessing this is supposed to be like the wall of games that they had in the store, but it looks like whoever made this decided to use comic book art or Nintendo art. I'm not sure what that is. Yeah, in the actual store, this was just full of PlayStation games for PS1 and PS2. You could sit and play the games, try them out, make friends, you know, just hang out all day and play PlayStation. It was the greatest place on earth. I mean, there's a lot to be said for how great 2000s gaming was, but just think about now in present day. We do not have places like this. Like, having a safe space to hang out with gamers and try new games and just, you know, revel in the love of the hobby. There's not much we have nowadays for that. Like, if I could build a time machine, I would definitely go back in time to the day that this store opened. Just play games there all day and just probably never leave, honestly. Anyways, that was super cool that they included that. Kudos to whoever made this map. Super cool concept. Thank you so much. So anyways, we got another 2000s classic here of Sam Goody. I don't know if you guys remember Sam Goody. It was kind of like an FYE. They sold DVDs, CDs, but yeah, it was just really brightly lit. Really cool. You could listen to music. You know, they had these little areas right here. We could try out CDs. It'd have like music videos playing and stuff. It was always really cool in here. And man, they got some of the classics. They got Blink-182, All the Small Things, Papa Roach, you know, the queen herself, Miss Britney Spears. This place is really cool. I like this. Honestly, this map is just so nostalgic. I could live here. And this is another great PS2 ad. I've always loved the third place campaign. Super cool. Yeah, whoever made this map just gets it. Like, they really just get it. All right, so I think it's time to go downstairs. Upstairs was absolutely stacked with great stores. I can only imagine what we've got down here. So I saw a Hot Topic as I was walking down, and it looks like it has the old logo and everything. Really sweet. Yeah, Hot Topic back in the day used to actually be scary. Like, I remember being a little kid being afraid walking around this store, but nowadays it's just so tame. Like, it's kind of funny to think that Hot Topic is a place you go to buy anime shirts now, and back in the day it felt like you were gonna develop a heroin addiction or be stabbed when you walked in. But yeah, this place is really sweet. I like this. Nice little throwback to the good old days of Hot Topic. And that Limp Bizkit poster is just incredible. That's really dope. And I see a Gadzooks over here. You know, kind of like Spencer's Gifts or something like that. Kind of on the edge of PacSun, Hot Topic. A little blend of alternative skater culture, but pretty cool store. Oh my gosh, is that an old GameStop? We gotta go immediately. Yo, check this out. I haven't seen a logo like this in forever. We got the original Sims. The PS2 kiosk. No way, dude. Honestly, this is super sick. Spyro, Crash Team Racing. Honestly, I've never played this game before. Have any of y'all played Driving Emotion Type S? Never heard of it. Looks like they was having some nice Chinese takeout and what is that? A PlayStation grape drink? Is that what that says? And a nice little memory of the employees, it looks like. Pretty cool stuff. Yeah, this mall is incredible, honestly. It's just chock full of great stuff. Don't know how much more there is, but I've seen enough to give it a 10 out of 10, I promise that. We got Silly Swirls here, which looks like some kind of ice cream shop. That's pretty sweet. Let me take a moment to appreciate this little concourse here. Check this out. What do they call these? Conversation pits? You know, areas for people to congregate and just hang out at the mall. It's really cozy. I like it. Anyways, let's check out Walden Books. See what they got going on. And as you can imagine, it's a lot of books. Anyways, real cozy. Let's see what else we got. The Scholastic Bookstore, huh? So another bookstore, but with a lot more charisma, it looks like. Honestly, I remember back in the day when we had the Scholastic Book Fair come to school. That was always such a big deal. It's kind of funny to think about the stuff that they used to sell at those things too. It'd be like posters, race cars, just like all this random junk. They just really knew how to get our parents' money. They honestly did. It's kind of funny to think about. Oh, what's this? Is this like a little kiosk to put audiobooks in and sit around and listen? Honestly, it looks like a glorified microwave. I don't know what we got going on here. Anyways, that's pretty cool. Nice little Scholastic store. I dig it. It looks like we're running down to the end. We got a KB Toys. Now that is nostalgic. Oh, if only it was open. I can't get in? Are you kidding me? You're gonna tease me like that? How dare you? What's this? Structure. Somewhere your dad would shop, you know? And I love all the old school ads they got though. That's so cool. Like, advertising back in the 2000s was just so much better. They really have let things slip ever since. Well guys, it looks like we've pretty much covered everything this mall has to offer. Ooh, but check these out. To think at one point this was like a prize, you know? A Toyota Camry. I mean, hey, I'm not complaining. A car's a car, but you know, nowadays they got like Rolls Royce and Lamborghinis parked in the mall, but back in the 2000s, baby, it was a Toyota Camry. But yeah, guys, like I was saying, I think that's pretty much everything this mall has to offer. This is definitely one of the coziest little spaces I've ever seen in a game. Yeah, if you guys like exploring like random malls and stuff like that in gaming, I definitely recommend downloading Gary's mod, because there's actually a lot more than this that I found, but these were the two that I was most interested in, especially for the PlayStation Store. But yeah, let's get onto the rating screen and see how these two malls fared overall. Let's get it. And it's been a while since I have played this game at all. So here we are, Fighting Force, PS1. It's a classic. Anyways, I did some research looking for malls in gaming, and I found out that there was one in this game that I'd somehow overlooked as a kid. So anyways, I put in some cheat codes after losing like 5 times trying to legitimately reach the mall. And we're gonna explore this little shopping center in Fighting Force, so let's see what it's looking like. Oh, right off the bat, we got some Goonies, of course, we gotta take care of, so let's get the butt kicking. I'm honestly terrible at this game, if you guys couldn't tell. I don't even know any of the special moves anymore at this point. I used to be a real big Fighting Force fan as a kid, though. I played Fighting Force 2 a lot on the PS1, and I also did own Fighting Force, the original, on PC. I don't know, what I've always loved about these games is they just remind me of like cheesy action movies. You know, there's just nothing like an undercover cop that can fight 12 guys at once, you know what I'm saying? Alright, so as soon as I can clear these guys out, we can take a little closer look at them all, but honestly, it's not looking like there's too much to this room. So right here we have a store called Veneta, looks like, maybe some kind of clothing store. Geckos, got a hot dog stand. And over here, was that Rivarde? Rivard? Not sure. I'm guessing like a department store, maybe like a Brooks Brothers type of store, business casual. You know, I feel like in modern gaming, we're missing the love of beat 'em up games. Like there's just not that many that come around anymore. I know beat 'em ups were like super huge in like the 80s and the arcades. I don't know, it's been a while since I've seen like a modern beat 'em up game. If there's any good ones out there, let me know, guys, because I'm kind of out of the loop on new games. I don't know, it looks like we're kind of trapped in this center concourse, can't really get out. Looks like there's only one way out, but ooh. Honestly, when's the last time you saw a payphone? Okay, it looks like this is the third area, and kind of looks like a food court of sorts, if I can grab this knife. See a pizza joint to the right, that's pretty cool. Honestly, would love a slice of pizza right now. I mean, the variety of enemies in this game is kind of hilarious. Like, it looks like the custodians are coming after me. There's just shirtless goons, there's guys in suits. Like, yeah, it looks like there's really not much to see. I'm kind of disappointed. I was hoping for like a big sprawling open mall setting to look at, but it's just kind of rooms, you know? Okay, so it looks like we got another room to enter. And of course we got the obligatory car that you can win. I always remember hearing about like those mall contests they would have where people got to keep their hand on the car and the last one to take their hand off wins it. Was that even real? Like, was that even a real thing? Man, I'll also never forget that story about that woman that had to hold her pee. I think they had some kind of contest called Hold Your Pee for a Wii, like back when the Nintendo Wii first dropped. Anyways, they were hard to get, and this woman wanted one so bad that she held her pee so long that it killed her, and rest in peace to that lady. Yeah, it's kind of crazy how unhinged competitions used to be back in the day. And it looks like that is all there is for the mall level. I'm kind of disappointed. Well, I mean, hey, it was something, right? But we got to give it a score, and I have a feeling this one didn't fare as well as the others, but let's check it out. Now, I'm honestly just as surprised as you guys to be covering Call of Duty in one of my videos, but so we're here at the Twin Pines Mall and we're gonna take a look at what's inside, and from what I've heard, it's incredibly nostalgic. Let's take a peek. Alright, so here's the outside of the mall, and Really love the snow, but yeah, look at this. Look at the neon. Nice snowy parking lot. This is very cozy, you know, very reminiscent of my childhood. Let's take a closer look inside and, oh, it looks like we got some payphones here. Become quite the common denominator in our mall so far. Oh, wow. It's taking that architecture. Beautiful. And what is this? Do we have a nice little fountain here? Ooh, Galaxy Room. What's this? Looks like some type of arcade. Oh, yeah. I'm feeling this. Oh, nice little snack bar. Look at those old school Doritos, the Mountain Dew cans. Wow. This really is nostalgic. Ooh, got the skee ball machine. Let's go. Okay, so is there any way I could get these skee balls? Nope. Maybe I can actually shoot the scoreboard? No, I guess that doesn't work either. Jackpot. Wait, hold on. Wow. Okay, we're just gonna act like that didn't just happen and get back to our exploration. Man, look at all these arcade machines. These are sick. What is this? This looks like one of those like super ancient arcade machines. Ooh, got the obligatory bill and coin changer. Haven't seen one of those in a while. When's the last time you saw someone smoking inside? That's how you know it was the 80s. Wow, this is pretty sweet. Really digging this neon. Got the pinball section here. Gotta have that. Yeah, this is already a great start to this mall. Nice little office. And what's this? Oh, it looks like it takes us to the center concourse. Oh, wow. Oh my goodness, look at this fountain. That is gorgeous. I swear, one of my greatest dreams is to actually stand inside of a mall fountain. I've always wanted to. Yeah, they really captured the essence of old school malls with this one. This is crazy. You got the tile, the color schemes, everything about it. Paradise is just one entry away. Got a couple stores here, jewelry store, nice watches, you know, that sort of thing. Yeah, I'm kind of just blown away by how good this looks. I can't believe Call of Duty was able to achieve something this great. Retro little 80s store here. 18, kind of like a Forever 21 it looks like. Nice color schemes though, honestly. Looks like we got some mall guts back here, but I think we want to go back into the mall itself. I got my eye on this little Radio Shack looking store here. Radio House. It's even got like the old Radio Shack logo. That's pretty sweet. Oh man, and you kids don't know nothing about this. And funnily enough, I don't know anything about half this stuff either. For those who don't know, Radio Shack was like an old electronic retailer that went bankrupt a few years back. Yeah, they pretty much just sold a lot of radio equipment, you know, DVD players, just basically accessories for your equipment for the most part. Yeah, and TVs used to actually be this indestructible, no lie. But yeah, I used to visit Radio Shack with my parents like in the 2000s, so they didn't look like this per se, but I can only imagine this is very accurate to an 80s Radio Shack. Yeah, they got all the equipment up in here, a little bit of everything. Bookstore, and ooh, look at these cell phones. Isn't it crazy to think that people used to walk around with this brick of a phone back in the day? I think this is where we came into the mall initially. Looks like they got their holiday gear out. So this is right on time for the holidays. Pretty nice. Ooh, the Surf Shack. Like a 80s PacSun, I'm guessing. Brookman's Furniture. Ooh, now this looks fancy. Let's take a look inside. Nice lighting in here. Very ambient. Ooh, got some retro living here. Furniture. Kind of like that. That's very funky. A little groovy. Just plop down on one of those couches and sip my coffee. It'd be nice. We still got to look at the whole upper level. It looks like there's a lot more stores up there, so I'm pretty excited to see that. I love all the foliage they have in this mall, though. Just look at that. That's just so atmospheric, dude. Ooh, and I love the food court sign. That's super cool. Nice little plants here. See, you gotta have some greenery in your malls, people. Ooh, check that out. A donut shop? Ooh. Honestly, I could really go for a donut, please. Let me in, Jim. Oh, and I really miss when malls used to have this glass tile. You guys remember that? Like back in the 90s, 80s? This glass tile was always so cool looking to me. Really feeds that vaporwave aesthetic, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, after enjoying some more of this neon, let's check out the food court. Pop and eat. Looks like a little popcorn stand. Oh yeah, when's the last time you had colorful popcorn? I swear I haven't seen that in forever. Ooh, and the seating area is very cozy. We got a hot dog stand here. Hot dogs. What's this? Looks like a cookie. Yeah, a cookie box. And it's been a while since I had like a big, what do they call those? Like the big cookies that you get? It's like a cookie pie or whatever. I don't know. It's been years since I had one. Beach pizza, little pizza stand. Pizza doesn't look too hot, but Hey, I gotta give him an A for effort. I'm guessing this is like a spoof of Spencer's, given the beanbag chairs, skateboards, and lava lamps over there. Oh, yeah. Let's check this out. Looks like they got their Christmas decorations out. Look at the signs. I'm digging. Oh, and you guys remember these? Like the little glow-in-the-dark posters that you would color? These were always so cool. Got some skateboards, shirts. Yeah, typical Spencer's fanfare for sure. Man, the lighting in this mall is just so cozy. Like, I just want to take a nap right now. And let's check out this record store. Lots more neon to be had in here as well. Now, I'm not really too sure when CDs dropped. I don't know if any of you 80s babies can tell me, but were CDs around in the 80s? And I'm guessing this is kind of like a Champ store. Man, everything in this mall is indestructible. Even the basketballs. What do we have here? A little chocolate stand, huh? Honestly, I would give my left cojones for one of these cupcakes right now. Now, nothing feeds my nostalgia quite like a movie theater at the mall. So this is just beautiful. And I can't get in. You've got to be kidding me. Ooh, and just look at the neon up in the ceiling. Wow. We just don't have enough movie theaters that look like this nowadays. Like, I miss this look. It looks like a really riveting film. Yeah, I mean, I gotta say, I'm really stunned at how well detailed this mall level is. Just look at that view. Absolutely gorgeous, honestly. Yeah, I'm honestly shocked at just how much I've enjoyed walking around a Call of Duty level. Like, never thought I would say that again. Man, talk about a blast from the past. But before we give this one a rating, I thought it'd be fun to fire up a couple bot matches here inside the mall and see if I still got my quick scoping ability. Probably not. Roll the clip.
Enemy destroyed. Nice. Friend.
Alright, so throughout my mall series, I've actually skipped this one quite a few times, but here we are on State of Emergency at the Capital City Mall. Now, I don't know how many of you guys remember this game, but this is basically like a Black Friday simulator, so hold on to your butts. Yeah, I really don't know how this is gonna go. And with our goal to be pillaging and vandalizing, I'm not really sure how we're gonna explore, but we're gonna do our darndest. Oh goodness, I don't remember the controls at all. Okay, so that smashes things. That's good to know. Okay, we're smashing. We're smashing, just like Nigel Thornberry. Rock bottom books. Huh, that's pretty interesting. Lots of books in the midst of the chaos. I'm just trying to figure out where the sales are. Ooh, it looks like we got escalators. Let's check those out. Well, that's disappointing. I can't walk up them the opposite way. Let's give this one a try. Ah, there we go. All right, so it's kind of hard to focus on what we're seeing with all the chaos around us, but ooh, a rocket burger. How do we get there? See the window, but I don't think I can go inside. Oh, and I just noticed in the bottom right, we're being timed, so I only have a minute and a half to explore the mall. That's ridiculous. Maybe if I bust some windows, will that give me more time? Doesn't look like it. I think I have to actually, like, the SWAT team to get more time. That's messed up, but I think that's how you do it. Anyways, I don't see anybody. I know I can't hurt any civilians, so we're gonna do our best to not damage any civilian lives. I mean, pretty nice skylight up there, though. I can't really get the camera to look at it. Oh no, I'm out of bullets. I can't go in there? Okay, well, we're gonna have to fight this guy. And there's the time. Okay, so that is how we gain time. We have to fight the police. See if we can get some more time with this. Oh no, don't come this way, don't come this way. Oh. That was not good. One of the things that always stuck out to me about this game back in the day was when you went to buy it at the store, it was like the only mature rated game that had this giant red sticker basically telling your parents not to buy it. Which, as you can see, I can tell why they put that sticker on there. But yeah, like, this game was pretty horrifying, to be honest. This is like a political nightmare. Anyways, we're gonna do our best to gain some serious time so we can really explore this mall thoroughly. And it looks like our plan is working thus far. Oh my goodness, this game is grotesque. Okay, so far I don't really see any fountains or anything. We do have escalators, not much of your typical mall fanfare though, just a lot of stores. But like I said, it's really hard to focus on what is even going on in this mall other than the people. Oh my gosh, this rocket launcher, dude, I could not aim it correctly. I'm just trying to blow this man to bits, but it won't work. Also, pause on that. Okay, the shotgun works really well. I'm digging the shotgun. I don't know, I'm starting to feel like this exploration was a complete fail. This is not going well. I almost feel guilty for playing this game. It's so horrid. Like, it's not that it's not fun, but it's just like, it's just crazy. I mean, we're keeping our timer going pretty well. It's probably been at least 4 to 5 minutes now. Honestly, the hardest part is the controls. Like, I cannot really for the life of me figure out how to block. Okay, we got the grenade launcher. Hopefully this goes better than the last time we used it. Ooh, is that a minigun? Give me that. Oh, come on, guys. Let me use my minigun. I was so excited. Oh, Duke Nukem style. Look at us. I thought that was a blockbuster to the left. Oh no, they're kicking my butt. This guy's got a machete. Okay, maybe I can take this to the parking garage. It'll go a little smoother. Oh, come on, guys. Oh, oh no. No! Honestly, that was a fail. That was a complete fail. Let's give it a rating. Okay guys, now this is one that I'm really excited to dig into. Now I'm sure you all have played Left 4 Dead at some point in your lives. Left 4 Dead 2 was my personal favorite, and for good reason being, I can't remember what it was called exactly, I think it was Dead Center or whatever, but it was set in a fictional mall called the Liberty Mall. Well, I found a way to actually play this level without all the zombies and kind of before the apocalypse or pandemic happened in the game, so we're gonna go ahead and walk around this mall and just relive the nostalgia of one of Valve's greatest games ever. But anyways, join me. Let's check it out. Looks like we're in the Capitals department store. Very JCPenney-esque. Oh, we got the creepy changing rooms here. I don't know about this. This is kind of freaking me out. Yeah, I don't like that. But yeah, like I was saying, I've always felt that this mall is one of the most like true to real life atmospheres that a old shopping mall has, you know? I mean, the tile, the color schemes, just the entire atmosphere of this mall is so nostalgic to me in so many ways. Let's take a look at that view. Beautiful skylight, wonderful color schemes. A lot of different stores to look at. Unfortunately, everything seems to be closed so far. I mean, it's honestly been so long since I've played Left 4 Dead, I can't even remember if the stores were closed up like this in the actual game, but looks like everything is closed so far. Oh, what do we have here? A little ATM? Can I get some cash out of this thing? My trusty crowbar. Yeah, this thing is not budging. Nice little, trying to give you guys like a cinematic shot, but my hands are a little shaky. That's how you know this is in the late 2000s. Still got payphones. Oh, I thought this was like a no-clip area. Pretty spooky. Folks and Bascom Jewelers. Ooh, can we actually get in the mall guts? Oh, looks like we can. La-da-dee, la-da-da. Oh, and what's this? Just for kids. Who remembers those? I wonder how the physics on these stuffies are. Yeah, they're, pretty realistic. Alright, this is supposed to be a family-friendly exploration. I need to put the weapons away. Wait! No! That was not good. Grand reopening 2009. Wow. It's crazy how time flies. Isn't it insane that we're only about 3 years away from 2009 being 20 years ago? Are you kidding me? Oh, now this looks super creepy. Why is it so bright in here? Like, hello? I don't know why I just said hello to the toilet like it was going to respond. Business, factory, office supplies. You know, on the subject of retail, when it comes to stores like Staples or Office Depot, who's actually shopping there? Like, when's the last time you went into Staples? I mean, honestly. And if you do go into a Staples, do you see anyone else in there? Like, it kind of blows my mind that there's so many left at this point. Ooh, now look at this. This is gorgeous. The lighting. So this is like the little atrium area. I love this. There was actually a real mall that was closed down. I can't remember the location of it, but I believe it was called Century 3. This mall really reminds me of that. Like, it was kind of designed in the same fashion as Century 3. I don't know, I'll link a photo right here of it. Let's see if this elevator works. I'm kind of liking the see-through glass and everything. Honestly, that elevator ride was so spiritual, I thought I'd just give it a moment of silence. Yeah, everything about this little area right here is just gorgeous to me. I love this. And the infamous Jimmy Gibbs Jr. I can't remember, can you actually exit this mall? Or... no, it looks like we're locked in here, but you know what? I'm totally fine with that. You know, we've talked a lot about like visuals and gaming throughout the years and everything. And while I do stand by the fact that 6th gen visuals are probably my favorite, like late to mid 2000s, you know, when the 360, PS3 and that era of PC gaming were kind of going, it's like the visuals of this time period, they were pretty realistic. Like the lighting was really good as long as you weren't, you know, dealing with like the brown era of gaming. But yeah, like games such as Left 4 Dead, Half-Life and stuff like that were just looking so good visually. I don't know, just seeing a mall in this era of visuals, like 7th gen gaming visuals, it's just super nostalgic to me. Very relaxing, very comforting. It just feels like a real place, you know? We talked about those conversation pits earlier, and this looks like one of them. I always like these little cuts that you can find in malls, just a good place to hang out after shopping, maybe enjoy some pretzels, have a good conversation, who knows? Looks like we're back at the Capitol's department store. This is where we started. Really liking all the foliage they have in here too. A lot of greenery. Really well decorated. And it looks like we've stumbled upon the food court finally. What do we got? Morello Gyros? Is it Euros or Gyros? Gyros? What is it? Oh, and what's this? Game Country, huh? I was really hoping I could take a look around, but once again, they're teasing me. Rusty Crowbar. Yep, it's not gonna do it. A lot of empty kiosks here. We got Rook's Steakhouse. Bet they do a mean baked potato there. And we got some kind of sad seating, honestly. Like, I really do love this mall, but the food court area is very disappointing. But I don't think we've explored too much of the very top floor, so let's head that way real quick. La-da-dee, la-da-da. Now, I was talking about how this mall feels very familiar to me, and I think it's just, it kind of reminds me of my childhood mall. Now, for people that are really into dead malls and abandoned malls, that sort of thing, I grew up in Ohio, Cincinnati to be exact, and one of the most famous dead malls of all time would be Cincinnati Mills. Now, if you guys are into abandoned malls and stuff like that, I'm sure you've heard of Cincinnati Mills, but that mall had literally died before just about any of the other malls. I think it was back in like 2006 it was renovated, then it turned into Cincinnati Mills at that time, and it just immediately became abandoned like within a year. So I remember going there like after school and just walking around, and this is literally what it looked like. And the craziest thing is it didn't even close until like a few years ago. So for almost 2 decades, the mall was just completely empty and super creepy, but this mall really reminds me of that. Anyways, had a lot of fun walking around. It doesn't look like there's too much more to explore here, but lots of cool sights, and let's give it a rating, shall we? Howdy boys and girls, and here we are at Abel's department store in the Division 1. Now this place is absolutely spectacular looking, like just look at that. Now this is one of those games that always blew my mind at how detailed it was. Okay, now I can't quite remember. Here we go. Okay, so it looks like we're in, and let's get to exploring. Whoa. Honestly, almost took those guys out. Okay, so it looks like we got some company up ahead. Let's see if we can sneak around here without being detected. Oh, it looks like we are leveled way beyond this, so we are going to be taking these guys out pretty quick. I mean, just take a look at this place. It's breathtaking, honestly.
Sounds like there's a fire in the building. I'll start feeding Isaac the structural.
Let's see what we got over here at the cosmetic counter. Yeah, they like really nailed the entire like Macy's vibe of this store. Like everything about this department store just feels real. You know what I'm saying? Oh, well, that's not very Christmassy. Here we have P Wall in New York. So we got some watches on display and a lot of other stolen goods here. A lot of different stores in here. Man, just look at that though. Can we? Oh, looks like we can actually break the ornaments. That's pretty sick. Yeah, just take a look at this place. It's honestly one of my favorite places in gaming. Okay, so it looks like we got to turn on the sprinkler system so we can put out some of these fires. After we do that, we can do some more exploring. Open this door here. Wow, it's very smoky. Sleigh bells ringing. Oh, that kind of scared me. All right, jump over this. And looks like it's right here. There we go. Honestly, The Division was like a super underrated game in my opinion. I think this was one of Ubisoft's last great works for sure. Like I said, the detailed level design, everything about this game is just so Christmassy to me. Okay, so it looks like we're searching for contaminated dollar bills, and I guess they're in these registers over here. Oh, and I kind of forgot to mention they got an escalator here. Not working, but still gets bonus points. Looks like we got a nice little Levi-like store here. It's kind of crazy how cozy it still is, even with everything being on fire, you know what I'm saying? Now, as much as I love playing this game back in the day, I never really got to experience much of the Dark Zone. I don't know if you guys ever played The Division, but the Dark Zone was kind of like a PvP area where you would basically like kind of extract loot and stuff like that. But if any of you guys ever played in the Dark Zone, let me know how it was. It always seemed very mysterious, but intriguing to me. We are just burning through these guys. Excuse my terrible aim. Looks like we're in some kind of like clothing area of the department store. Kind of reminds me of like a JC Penney's a little bit, you know? And they really just nailed the details though. Even the advertising is so... Oh, now that's a bit disturbing. Got a boutique Paris here. This is like a little gift wrap area, it looks like. Anyways, it looks like it's time for us to head upstairs. We're still looking for more contaminated dollar bills, apparently. I really think this game was ahead of its time, especially like when COVID hit. Like this game really got interesting to me. That's kind of when I went back and played it again. It was around, oh gosh, that scared the hell out of me. It really was such a well put together concept and beautiful presentation, but just the whole repetitive nature of the game kind of killed it for me. Either way, it's still great for exploring. So if you guys like exploring big cities and gaming, like open worlds and stuff, this is definitely for you. But what is this? This looks very interesting. Looks like some kind of tech center. We got some phones here, some laptops. That's pretty cool. Ooh, even look at the phone cases. Oh, that's nice detail. This literally feels like any phone store. Ooh, and what are these? Kind of looks like a briefcase with a controller. Almost like a PS3 and an Xbox 360 combined. Kind of weird. Trying to get one out of the case, but looks like the controllers are coming out, but not the consoles. That's crazy. Ooh, and what do we have here? Kerman Coffee. Kind of reminds me of Caribou Coffee for you northerners. Find the sun, whatever the season. I like that. Very cozy signage. Very nice little coffee shop. I dig it. Coffee, teas, frappes, juice. Think I'll take an Americano, flavored syrup, ham and cheese panini, and a mini donut, please. Oh, they even got the little espresso machine here, the microwave, the boom box. Nice details. Even the price tags are pre-inflation. Look at that. 99 cents for a drink? That's unheard of. You know, I was actually sitting and thinking the other day, like, a lot of people say Die Hard is a Christmas movie, and I definitely agree with that. So like when it comes to games that are Christmas games to me, this and Max Payne are like in my top 3, which I feel like is kind of weird to say. So you've got The Division, the game that's about a global pandemic and basically an apocalypse. And you've got Max Payne, which is basically about a cop losing his family and developing a pill addiction. Yeah, really Christmassy, right? And here we are. Looks like we finally got our dollar bills. Now we're ready to head downstairs. Another thing I always noted that was kind of funny about this game was the rappelling. Like, you would always rappel down the smallest buildings, or like, we just use the stairs to get up here, why don't we just use them again? But looks like our final objective is to secure the area, so one last hurrah on Abel's department store. Let's take that in. Let the gunfire begin. Oh my gosh, look at this big boy. Kaczynski, the cleaner. This man is no match for my high-powered rifle. So yeah, although this technically isn't a mall, department stores are very much a part of malls, so I always felt like this was a very fitting choice when it comes to malls and gaming. Anyways, I had a great time, and let's see where this one rates against the others, shall we? Howdy y'all. So it's been a while since I had stopped by and showed face around here, so I thought I'd just stop by and thank you guys for watching my content. It's 9:40 a.m. I was supposed to have this video uploaded about 40 minutes ago, and I still have to do the thumbnail. But anyways, I had a lot of fun with this one. I thought it'd be fun to circle back for some exploration around the holidays, you know. I got some pretty cool stuff planned for this month, so I'm excited to show you guys what I got in store. Anyways, as always, I appreciate y'all so much. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys have a blessed weekend. Stay safe, stay blessed, and stay gaming. Peace out, guys.